So welcome back. That was last month. We were visiting with C. Trent Rosecrans, who covers the Reds for The Athletic, and we're talking to him about stuff, and we see these comic book covers in the back of his shot, and Harold and I, being like-minded, we're like, dude, those are cool comic books. So he told us who created them. We have the gentleman on with us right now. Dan Horine joins us. He is a baseball fan and an illustrator and a very creative guy. Dan, good morning to you.
Morning, guys.
We admired your work talking to C. Trent Rosecrans, and we felt bad about it because we kind of started to ignore Trent at one point, and we were just talking about your stuff. So give us the background as to how you started creating these really cool baseball-themed comic book covers.
Sure. You know, it really kind of goes back to childhood for me, and mixing two of the loves that I had growing up. Being 10 years old, my world was comic books and it was baseball. And kind of when the COVID happened and we were in lockdown with everyone else, you know, it was kind of one of those things that were born from that, you know, bringing joy and recapturing some of the magic of youth and sharing that with other people.
That is really cool, Dale Murphy right there.
It's really cool.
I love the pine tar bat, and then obviously Reggie and Naked Gun. That's just a few. We probably haven't seen your whole collection. What is your favorite of the collection? My favorite,
well, Dale Murphy is special to me. He was my favorite player growing up. And also the Fernando Valenzuela, El Toro, was really special to me, also from the LA area. But, you know, I research all of these too, so it's not just drawing a nice picture and putting it out there, but I want to include a lot of details that are pertinent to whatever I'm doing, and just the research part of these is brings a lot of joy to me, and I love it, and learning more about Fernando and Fernando Mania and what he meant to many people. It was inspiring to me, and I really enjoyed that one in particular.
Well, we know you're coming to us from Ventura, California, out there on the West Coast. Dale Murphy, did you find him on TBS watching the Superstation?
Yeah, how was he your favorite player growing up? That's interesting.
I am a TBS kid. Yep, that is exactly how that happened. And yeah, the only chance I would get to see him is going to Dodger games as a kid.
So let me. Do I have this right, Dan? You really kind of ramped this up during the COVID pandemic. This is a relatively new endeavor for you.
Yeah, it's been about 6 months, and my goal is just to be able to do one of these every single week, and yeah, just stay prolific and keep on top of this 1 week at a time.
We have a bunch of them that we want to share with our viewers as well. I love the Willie Stargell that you created, and we'll pop that one on the screen. And you go from Hall of Fame players like Pops, and I think you capture the era so nicely too, with the stars, and of course the significance of how they used to put the stars on the cake top cap, like a college football sticker. I also like the Frank Thomas one, a little bit more contemporary. And are all these available for people to purchase?
Yes and no. They're available for a moment, really. I do one piece of art at a time for a week at a time. So it's whatever I have that particular week, and then it's retired.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's pretty cool. The big hurt right there. That looks like the Hulk. Hey, when does somebody recognize that they have this type of talent? When did you start knowing, hey, I can actually really draw?
It's just one of those things that I've been lucky enough to be able to just be able to do.
Spot on with Tony Gwynn.
Ever since I was a kid, that's just what I did, and who I was little Danny Horine. He's an artist, you know.
The Nolan Ryan one's super cool too. So I would imagine that, I mean, because you're a baseball fan, you started doing this as a passion project, but you began doing this probably not for baseball, right? What was the first one of these that you did that led you to believe, hey, I can do this and show my work?
Well, actually, the first one I did actually was baseball. It was Dale Murphy. No surprise there. But had done one of Dale, and luckily enough, that actually led to a really cool partnership with Dale, which was great, working for my childhood hero. And I got to design a lot of stuff for him. but it was really based on the very first comic book baseball thing I did was of Dale, and they saw it and thought it would be great to work together.
Who's any active players that you have lionized in comic book art?
Yes, Mr. Mike Trout was my first.
Perfect.
Is my first active player.
Yeah, that's pretty cool stuff.
really cool.
So there's a lot of kids that watch this show, particularly now during the pandemic.
Sure.
And a lot of times you don't have enough courage to realize you're good. So how do you get that first step of courage? Like you're drawn in your room, but you're afraid to show it to somebody. How'd you get that first step of courage?
You know, it only took me 40 years to figure it out. But I think the realization that it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be done. Done is beautiful, and I think if it's not perfect, it stops a lot of artwork from coming out. It stops a lot of artwork from being finished. And so, what was really transformative to me, and what's behind this whole project is doing it at such a quick clip, one a week, that you don't have time to second guess yourself. You just do it and be done. And so just making yourself do the artwork. Don't wait for it to be perfect. Don't wait for inspiration. That's what's been key for me and really transformative to my art.
How long does it take for you to make one of the covers?
Probably I would say about 8 hours, maybe.
Well, I mean, what you just said applies to, I think, many walks of life, Dan. Like, just do it. Don't worry about perfection. Just do it. Here's the Don Mattingly one.
That's really cool.
Who are you working on right now?
You know what? I don't know yet.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Was I told something
Hot
correct?
Stove,
Do
Harold and Matt.
we hear that there's something for us in the works?
That's the rumor. That's around the hot stove. That's the rumor. Yes.
Wow.
All right.
Hey, so have you partnered with Major League Baseball at all?
Look at this. How
Look
great
at
is that?
That is awesome. Holy smokes. Santa Maria.
So good. Dan, we are big fans. We love your stuff. I mean, we're flattered that you put us in the rotation here.
Wow. That's really, really cool.
Yeah, I mean, really good stuff, man. And
Thank you.
I think we owe C. Trent Rosecrans a little shout out here on this one too, because
Absolutely.
that's how we found you, and hopefully by being on the program, more people will find you on social media and be able to enjoy your work. And listen, I think there's an opportunity here to sell this stuff too. I'm not sure what that would entail in terms of licensing and all that.
We got to get a deal with MLB, man.
Yes, we do.
Definitely.
Yes, we do. This is exactly what we're talking about here. Dan, thanks for the visit. Dan Horine, and again, we put your popflypopshop.com web address up for folks. They can look for you on social media. Happy holidays to you. Thanks for visiting with us.
Likewise, gentlemen. Thank you for having me.